Hi, this video explains how to construct the external factor evaluation EFE matrix. There are 5 steps here. The first one is to list down the key external factors, that is the opportunities and threats. Secondly, you need to assign weightage to each factors identified from 0.0, not important, to 1.0, most important. Hence, after that, sum all the weights must be equal to 1.0. The third step is to rate each factor on a scale of 1 to 4, where a rating of 4 means the factor is responding well to the strategy of the firm, and a scale of 1 means the factor is not responding. The fourth step is to multiply each of the assigned weights with the rating score. And the last step is to sum the weighted score for each factor to determine the overall weighted score for the organization. This is an example of a EFE matrix for a local 10 theater cinema complex. So the first step here is you need to list down the opportunities and threats of the company. Here we have several opportunities and threats factors here. But in your assignment, you need to list down at least 10 factors of each quadrant, like opportunities at least 10 and the threats also. So the first step is to list down. After you have listed down, you need to determine the weightage. That is the second step. On how to determine the weightage is based on your expert judgment after reading the external environment affecting the company. So this is based on your judgment. Based on the weightage that you have determined here, the total sum of the weight must be equal to 1.0. After that, the third step will be on the rating. So you need to rate each factor on a scale of 1 to 4, where a rating of 4 means the factor is responding well to the strategy, and a scale of 1 means the factor is not responding well. After that, the fourth step is to multiply the weightage and the rating. Then you will get this weighted score, and you need to total up the weighted score to determine the overall weighted score for the company. So this is how you do your EFE matrix. So from this matrix, it can tell us a lot of things. Observe in the table that the most important factor to being successful in this business is based on the highest weightage, which is factor number 8, the trend towards healthy eating, eroding concessions. So this is the most important factor to being successful in this business, as indicated by the 0.12 weightage, which is the highest among all the factors. Also note that the local cinema is doing excellent in regard to handling 2 factors, which is the rating of 4. So there are 2 factors here which has the rate of 4. The factor number 2, TDB University is expanding 6% annually, and factor number 8, trend towards healthy eating, eroding concession of sales. So this cinema is doing excellent in regard to handling these factors. This is probably, perhaps, the cinema is placing flyers on campus and also adding yogurt and healthy drinks to its concession menu. And also note that you may have the rating of 1, 2, 3, 4 anyway down the rating column. Observe also that the factors are stated in quantitative terms to as far as possible, rather than being stated in vague terms. Finally, note that the total weighted score of 2.58 is above the average midpoint of 2.5. So that means this cinema business is doing pretty well, taking advantage of the external opportunities and avoiding the threats facing the firm. As indicated by ratings of 1, there are 2 ratings of 1 here. Movie factor number 15, movies rented last quarter from Time Warner up 15%. And the second one, factor number 1, 2 new neighborhoods developing within 3 miles. So this business needs to capitalize more on these 2 factors because of the poor rating. Notice also that there are many percentage-based factors among the group. So you need to be quantitative as far as possible. So that's about it. So we go to the next slide. From the EFEM, it will tell us something about the company, the significance of the EFEM or the interpretation of the matrix. Here, the significance of the EFEM is that the cinema business is doing pretty well, addressing its external issues with an EFE score of 2.58, which is above the average midpoint of 2.5. So this means the cinema is taking advantage of the external opportunities and avoiding the threats. There is definitely room for improvement though, because the highest total weighted score would be 4.0. So that's about it on my brief explanation how to construct the EFEM. Thank you.